Speaking of algorithms, I got to figure out how to reset my Instagram algorithm.
What's your Instagram
It's
algorithm?
just movie trailers,
That's
fat
kinda
asses,
gross.
and
Big booty bitches, movie trailers.
That's it. It's all it is. And it's mostly fat asses. And I'm like, I was scrolling earlier today and I was like, gee, what if it was like 3 hours later? I was like, what? I got to figure this out. How do we switch this? I got to put some sports.
This is a Your Last Resorts production.
And welcome back to the Your Last Resort podcast with your host, Brandon Lejean. This week it's episode 116, and I'm joined by my very special guest, Daniel West. Thanks for doing the podcast, man.
Thanks for having me, dude.
Oh, yeah, it's about time we had you on. We were laughing because jokingly a while ago, you were like, you should have me on for the Juneteenth episode. And then I accidentally had you on for what I suppose is the Juneteenth episode. So
yeah, it's tomorrow.
Yeah, happy birthday, dude.
Yeah, happy Black People birthday, dog. It's great to be here. It's a pleasure. This is one of my favorite podcasts in Austin.
Thank you, dude. I really appreciate that. Thank you, bro. Yeah, it's a fun one. We'll get into some shit. So first off, I kind of just like to hear from my guests, where are you originally from?
I'm from Houston, Texas.
Houston, Texas,
yes,
born and raised?
Yes, the best city in Texas.
Okay, hell yeah. I like Houston. It was very, there's more like artsy, like art and culture there than I kind of thought there would be. It's not as bland as Austin, I feel like.
Yeah, like once you go to places, they're like, oh, it's actually a nice, it's there's a lot of shit to do out there, but also like the people are really great. It's not like Austin people where it's kind of like,
Yeah, there's a lot of white people in Austin too, who I know aren't your favorite, but yeah,
I was gonna say that, but you know,
nah, dude, even as a white guy, because California is not just all white people, so like even coming here, I was like, damn, there's a lot of white people here. I start to notice, I'm like, I don't really see these certain minorities anymore.
Exactly.
They're just
it's kind of a problem.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do to fix it.
Got to do something though.
Yeah.
Do something.
I heard Houston's rising up the ranks in gun violence too.
Yeah,
they're getting crazy.
Putting up Chicago numbers. That's it's a little scary. I moved out right on time.
Yeah,
I think it started like a little bit before the pandemic, but like the pandemic definitely surged with the violence and everything. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but something's happening.
Yeah, that's crazy because for a while it was Chicago, and then for like a year or two, East St. Louis
really
there was like a couple years where East St. Louis was just like the worst part of the world because I had teammates that were from it, and they were like they had like the craziest stories, and they were definitely like more hard dudes. Like they were not. You could just tell that their life was very different than the life that I had lived.
Yeah.
Like it was a little bit crazier over there. But I don't know. I went to St. Louis once or twice, and I mean, you know, some of these cities, it's not like you drive through and they just look like shit. It just happens in certain spots.
Well, St. Louis has that whole slang thing where they pronounce "here" as "her."
Yeah.
So I would definitely put them
that just
up there
starts
on the
all
ranks.
the fights. That's why they're just having duels in the street over that word. Yeah, dude. There's this weird town. I was in Murray, Kentucky is where I went to college, and we would go to St. Louis because we had a buddy who grew up there and lived there. And you'd have to go through this one town called Cairo, Illinois. And like, dude, it was a town that time forgot. It was the craziest. So like, first off, it's right when you get into, like you have to go through like the tip of Illinois to get into Missouri and shit. So you go through this town, it drops from like 70 miles per hour to like 30. So you're just gonna get a ticket. So you got to drive through like really slow. And bro, every single street, like it's just one street, and every building on it is just old, out of business, blown out. There's like a Subway, a bank, and like a church. And like
the Subway's the newest thing.
And it says like Jared Fogle on the logo. Like that's how
they haven't caught up. They don't know.
They don't even know yet. They still think Jared's a good guy.
There are like a little pockets of that, like in Texas and in Houston too. Like my sister lives in Magnolia, Texas, which is like 40 minutes from the city limits of Houston.
Yeah, and
there's a back way to get there quicker, but it goes through some what I would deem as sketchy. Yeah, like you would be like, oh, these are nice neighborhoods, but in me, I'm like, oh shit, what's going? Like one time I passed through. This was like 2020, around the election time.
Yeah,
there was a Trump parade going on, like a whole and this was This was after the election. This was like after he lost and everything. And everybody said it, and they were just like, right on, Trump. And it was like, what is happening, dog?
They're like the Revolutionary War where they were fighting like 9 months after the war was over.
and like it passes through like just like you said, like this old style like mile and a half of like where it goes from 70 to 35 miles an hour, and it's just a bank and there's a McDonald's there, but like, there's one new thing from like the 20th century.
Yeah, they had a high school in it, and it was literally like it was 2 portable units and a grass field. Like that was their high school and their
graduating class of 12.
And like 6 people didn't graduate. There's just 18 people in the whole school.
All age range of like 18 to 35.
There's like a grandpa in there graduating and shit.
That's hilarious.
Dude, fuck yeah. Towns like that do throw me off. There's like, I don't know, and maybe it's the white person in me, but there's like some small towns that I think are really cool the way they're preserved. Like when I drove here to Austin, there's a town called Sonora, which is in the Sonora Desert or whatever, and super small town, like so small that when you went through the town, it was like a Sonic, their main road, and they had a billboard that was like, you know, Sonora High Eagles, 14-0. We're proud of you, boys.
Hell yeah.
And we're like, oh, dude, let's go get some Mexican food. Like that was like the highest ranked thing. Bro, we go, it's a house. And I'm like, dude, the address is wrong. And he's like, dude, it says it's here. It looks like the picture. I'm like, dude, if I open this door, like, I might get shot.
Yeah,
this is like, and we open the door to the house, and there's just a restaurant inside the house. Like, the lady's cooking in the kitchen. There's just a living room with, like, popped up tables in it.
Bro,
hilarious. Best Mexican food I've ever had.
Oh,
it was
I'm
so
sure.
fucking good. But that town was, like, cool, because it was almost just, like, it was just like there was only like 25 people there, and that was the max. Like
everybody knows each other, can't really fuck up because
everyone we saw was like, "Can we help you? Are you lost?" Like you could just tell we didn't belong here.
Yeah,
we had shit from the 20th century.
I'll walk through there and be like, "What are you doing here?"
You gotta leave.
It's getting a little late. The sun's going down. What are you doing,
dude? So we are. We're going to after this. We're going to a lingerie football league game. That's hilarious, dude.
Dude, we're gonna tailgate and everything.
Tailgate.
We might be the first group of people to tailgate a lingerie football game.
They might give us honorary tickets for life, bro.
And maybe, what are you doing here? Let's get out of the parking lot. It's like, no, it's a football game, right?
Yeah, dude. Did you know anything about it?
No, I saw JT Stockman post it. And then he posted a clip of like they're like tackling and hitting each other hard and everything. And I go, dude, I'd be the Derrick Henry of the lingerie football league, dude. Oh my god,
just run that shit, bro.
Oh my god.
Here, so you had never heard of it?
I'd heard of it, but like when I was a kid.
But it almost didn't, as a kid, to you sound like it was an urban myth. Like back in the day. No. I can't believe in this day and age there's this.
No, dude. When I was a kid, I used to like. You know, as you're a kid, you're looking for any like boob or titty on TV. So you can run across a lingerie football league. It's like hell yeah, and then after 5 minutes, you're like, oh, never mind.
That's what I'm worried about because like, I mean, for the first like 3 plays, it'll be like, whoa, their boobies are out and their butts are out. But then after that, bro, I need to see some quality play here, bro.
Are these 15-minute quarters? What are we doing?
How long do I gotta watch? I need route concepts. I need 8-minute quarters, running clock, bro. No timeouts, no commercials.
No kickoffs.
Yeah, I need 48 minutes max is how long.
What was the all-time QB? One guy.
Just switch sides.
It's a dude. It's not even a girl. It's a dude throwing the ball.
That'd be so fucking funny. Yeah, dude, I have very low expectations for it. It's why I'm going to get very drunk before I go in there because I need to. It's you ever been to Disneyland or like?
Yeah, when I was 15.
Okay, yeah,
I still want to go back.
Yeah, dude, I love Disneyland, but you gotta buy into the like the bullshit or whatever you want to call it because you can't. It's not as fun if you're going to be cynical and not enjoy the things. we gotta like buy into this, you know, like we gotta
paint our
believe.
faces and everything.
Yes. I need to believe that this is gonna be the greatest game of all time.
Nah, dude. When he was like, "You want to go?" I was like, "Yeah, this will be a good 5 minutes on stage, maybe."
Exactly.
I can make a bit out of this.
Yeah, maybe we're getting a podcast clip.
It'll be a good topic one day. I don't know.
Yeah, because I also like. You know, JT is not going to listen to this podcast, but I don't know if he didn't like send a price tag for the tickets.
Yeah. So
I don't know if he's like got them for us or we got to pay him back. But I looked them up and they're a little more than I would want to pay to go to this.
Really?
Yeah. Like, Daniel, how much would you pay to sit in? Okay, there's 2 rows. What would you pay to sit in like the lower area?
2 rows.
There's like there's an upper deck and a lower deck, and not 2 rows.
8 people here.
The front and the back.
Holy shit. I mean, like for the back row, like for the cheapest seat, I think you should get like a group package for like $5.
Yes, right?
Like
yeah,
10
dollars.
tickets.
Here's
or donation. Like
Yeah.
here's a ticket, just whatever you want to pay. Come on in.
Please come watch our game.
Yeah, like I feel like that's the right.
So you ready? The lower area, which I just feel like that's where he probably got them.
Yeah.
Are $30 a ticket.
Really?
That's a lot of money,
That is
bro.
a lot of money.
That's a lot of money.
For this, like
That's about 30 times more than I wanted to spend on a ticket for this game.
that's hilarious. I hope he had like knows somebody in there, like he's with a chick.
Yeah, he might get some
like that.
military discount too.
Yeah,
you know,
too,
they hopefully I don't know because my Galen invited me and I was like, oh, I'm already going, and I was like, oh yeah, upper deck's 20, lower deck's 30, and I was like, oh man, it's a lot of money, bro. That's like it's 10 Lone Stars at a bar. It's just financially irresponsible. All right, we're back. Sorry, I forgot to plug stuff in because I'm a moron. But Daniel, I knew that you were going to be sweating, so I got you a towel that has this saying on it for you that I feel like would really represent
Let
you.
me be perfectly queer.
Yeah.
Nice.
So
You know,
we got you.
it's Pride Month.
Yeah, it's Pride Month, dude. Yeah, we gotta show love. So yeah, I knew you were gonna be.
I am a big dude, so it is hot. Dude, it's so hot, my phone and my radio just said, fuck it.
They just cut
On the
off.
way over here, they were like, no, we're not playing anything, dude. Fuck you. I was like, what?
I've gotten when it just is like too hot to operate. You're like, what does that even mean?
Yeah, I'm driving with my GPS, and my GPS is just like, wait, give me a second. just hold on. You see it's 104. Just wait.
You know what feels like the dumber version of having that happen is you ever put your phone, like if you have one of those holders in front of an AC unit and then you got your phone too cold that it stopped working?
Really? No,
Yeah, one time I got the freezer warning and I just lost directions and everything, and I was like, all right, fuck yeah, this is what's up. You gotta shut the whole vent off. Yeah, dude, you're not just, it's just not because you're a big dude. You're also just like, you sweat a lot.
Yeah.
Like, I knew that. These lights are not cool. Like there's
my body just attracts the heat.
Yeah. I know. I feel you. Well,
I need to, like, when I was on stage one time and I had a towel on me, like, first time I did 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And after I got off stage, one of the guys was like, that's your thing. You should start selling towels and everything.
That'd
I was
be
like,
a great idea.
I should get a logo and plaster that shit, dude.
Yeah, dude, I'm sure, because the whole thing about merch early on is just like, what's the cheapest merch you can make? Because otherwise, like, you have to invest like serious capital. But I'm sure towels are cheap, because you wouldn't need to get like a fucking beach towel made or something.
A little hand towel.
Yeah. I don't know if you were at Creek when Craig Robinson dropped in, but he just brought like a beach towel on stage with him. I was like,
just wrap it over your shoulder.
I was like,
I saw him at
bro.
a Vulcan the next night.
Okay, yeah.
He opened up for a Kai Singh.
It was like the shower towel. Like, I was like, all right, dude, fucking, I respect it. Cause I sweat too on stage, but I'm always wearing a hat, or what I'm not used to with long hair is now like the back of my hair will get super sweaty, and that's not a fun feeling. And then with the fucking Austin heat, you don't cool down. You're just like damp for the rest of the night.
Houston's worse because it has like the humidity.
Yeah, you're down by the Gulf and shit. Oh,
it's just hot and moist and just.
That's so bad. That's so terrible. When I went to Houston, it was like raining. It was nicer. It was in I went like April, so it was still decent weather.
Did you catch one of those like deathly rain showers, dude?
No, we didn't. We didn't catch but we had something weirder happen. Is we went to a concert, got a hotel downtown, like walking distance from House of Blues, and the next morning at like 8 a.m. we were awoken to like the Texas rodeo parade or something. Like the whole street was blocked off.
Yeah.
There was horns and trumpets and like, bro, just 8:30 in the morning. I'm hung the fuck over. And I'm just like, just blasting. Like, oh, dude, it was the fucking worst. I hate parades too. I don't understand who watches a parade.
Who watches it?
Yeah, like how do you just...
I mean, as a kid, you're like, oh, look at the things, but I understand being a part of it. That might seem fun. Like,
yeah,
look at my shit, but...
If you got a cool float or something.
Yeah.
But like, bro, when my first girlfriend early on in high school, I remember her parents made us go to the like LA May Day parade or whatever, and it was the worst experience.
The May Day parade?
Yeah, there's like a parade. There's like, I don't know, there's some parade that happens every year in LA, and it's like right on Sunset Boulevard.
But it's in May? Is that like the...
I don't know. Erica, do you know what parade I'm talking about? The one that's down? There's just a parade in LA. I might have just picked the word May Day. Just, you know, like there is a May Day parade, but I think it might be in New York the longer I think about it. Okay. But, you know, we're just going to pretend that's the one.
Celebrating Maze. Like,
yeah, I don't know, bro. Because, the floats aren't themed. Like, it's not a pride. You're like, oh, it's Snoopy. Like, oh, it's SpongeBob. Yeah. Oh, it's a rainbow. Like, oh, it's a guy sucking a dick. And it's just, like, varies.
Oh, you mean the Macy's Day Parade?
No. Okay. It's not the Macy's Day Parade.
Okay.
I don't know, bro. I just, sometimes. What?
New Year's Day?
New Year's Day? I swear it wasn't on New Year's Day. I don't know, dude. Sometimes I just say things and pretend I know what I'm talking about. And normally, people don't give me this much slack. They just pretend.
No, because I want to understand, like, what are they celebrating? But
no, that's the thing. It wasn't it's like a parade for the sake of being like, yo, look, a parade.
Gotcha. like one of those New Orleans things, like where you just
not as cool. And more lame. And yeah, so literally just like ad space type floats. Like, yo, it's the Macy's Snoopy parade. Like, oh, it's the Scooby-Doo Old Navy float. Gotcha. And just shit like that. Shit. And bro, we had to get there they were like, we got to get there early so we can get a front row seat. Bro, the floats are in the fucking sky, half of them. Fuck you, they're raised. I can look over people, and we got there early, like 3-4 hours early. Sat through like a 2-3 hour parade.
Yeah, and then once they go past, then what? You gotta like get through all these people and get back to your car.
Pretty much, yeah. There's just traffic because all the streets are closed down. It's fucking.
I understand a parade if it's like, all right, we're starting here and then we're getting somewhere and then there's something there, but no, it's just
like a victory parade,
by.
like the Super Bowl parade or like a celebration makes sense, but it's just for the love of parades, bro. Yeah. Just for the love of the game, dude. I want to show you this. Erica, can you pull up the tab of the new airplane design that they're looking to get? We'll, if you're watching, we'll drop this in and I'll describe it to the listeners. So, dude, they're trying to push this new airplane where, can you zoom in with the trackpad, Erica? Yeah, so like it would double stack with each other on top of each other. As you can see, the couch has perfect
that
height to eat some farts. Like, bro, you're going to get pink eye sitting in that chair.
As a fat person, looking at her, like, stuffed in between. I like, airplane seats are, like, not big at all for me anyway. No. So, like, just, like, looking at that, like, her legs are stuffed in there. I would just...
Bro, the first turbulence, you're smashing your face. And what, the only reward is you can stick your fucking legs out? Fuck that, dude.
That's just to prevent people from standing up as soon as the plane lands. Like, we're sick of it. Just
dude,
lay down
I can't stand.
so we have to get you up.
Dude, when the plane lands and there's order to it. The people in the front have to leave before us peasants in the back can get out of here. So stop. Sit down. And bro, the other day, like I get so petty with the shit that I can't stand when people try to get up. I'll edge them out. I'll stand because I get the aisle seat, bro. I'll stand up and box them out. Like I'll stand in the most uncomfortable position just to make sure you can't get in front of me. I did it to like a 70-year-old lady the other day on a flight. Bro, she wasn't following the rules. Hilarious. She knew what she was doing. She's had 70 years on this planet, bro. This isn't her first
You know the rules,
flight.
Old lady. Get back.
So, I was mad, dude. I just like, cause like, It's one thing if you're like, oh, I got a connecting flight. Say that. I get that. I've had that. I've been like, hey, do you mind? I have a connecting flight. And I'll ask.
And you gotta go, yeah.
Because it's polite. But there's people who, for some reason, they want to get the baggage claim 6 seconds faster than you.
Yeah.
And it's so fucking dumb. And it makes me so mad. Because I'll see people like knock over like women, children, just to get out a little bit faster. It's fucking psycho, bro.
Yeah.
I don't know. It makes me feel like I'm the air marshal, kind of. I feel important.
Yeah. Like, there's no air marshal, just people like you that just can't stand the chaos.
That sounds so bad. Like, it would start off good because you'd have someone like me who's reasonable, but then you're going to have some just like southern animal who's just like, I'm going to keep order on this here plane.
Dude.
And
One
then
of those people that are like security guards, but take it too seriously.
Yeah, they have a fake badge and shit. We have two air marshals pulling a gun on each other. You put it down first, brother. No, you put it down. It'll be fucking chaos up in the skies. I don't know, because I'm not, I used to be a bigger dude. I was heavier, so I understand, and I'm tall, so I don't fit in flights well either.
That seems uncomfortable for you, too.
Here's the problem with it. Here's what they're not explaining. She looks comfortable in there. How tall is she? She's got to be 5'5".
She looks 5'5", 5'3".
Yeah, exactly. I'm being generous with 5'5". Bro, she's at the max of that. I am a foot taller. Bro, I am not going to fucking fit in this thing. Yeah. If this happens, this will be like the end of my existence. This is how I'll die, dude. I'll literally die. Like, I'll have to go get one of those knee shortening surgeries where they break your kneecaps and make you like tinier. I'll have to become... I might get my legs amputated.
Restore balance to the world. Just make all tall dudes ride in that.
Yeah, fuck, dude. Just a plan by... This was made by a short dude. A short king made this for sure. He was like, this fits me really comfortably.
Why do we need to double up, though? Like, is there not enough room on planes anyway?
Well, yeah. Also, isn't there that whole thing where, like, planes... like, have taken out seating and stuff to make... Or no, they put in more seating. I don't know. We already have,
Would that make the plane heavier? Like, what do we do?
Yeah. I don't know, I didn't look up any science or logistics behind this, but, yeah, there's no way that this is going to make any plane more aerodynamic. Yeah. Chaos, too. Because you know what's funny is that seat where you're just sharting in that girl's face is probably like $50 more.
And the guy that has to sit in the aisle seat in the bottom row, what if he has to take a piss and... How do you get out of that? Like, slide out.
Yeah.
Scoot, like, what are we...
No, that shit looks just like the worst. It would be fucking... I don't know. I couldn't do it. And I have to imagine the people sitting on top, where are their heads going?
It's in the headspace.
There's no room for bags now. Is that they're gonna bring this in and we're gonna be like, oh my god, leg room, and they're gonna be like, by the way, no more carry-on items. And this is how they get us, bro. You gotta pay for a carry-on item. We figured it out.
That would be fine if those airplane tickets cost $5. Like,
you're right.
Like if $5 to get from Houston to New York or wherever.
Yeah, I need to get to a gig, dude.
I'll slide in there. I'll find whatever comfortable position.
Yeah, bro. Fuck it. Give me pink eye and scoliosis. I'll make it work. Dog.
For a $5 flight.
I love that. Yeah, this would definitely be. This is first debuting on like Frontier, Spirit Airlines, and any other
That's
shithole.
what Spirit feels like. It
already feels like that. I found the cheat code for me now that I'm skinnier because I fit better in them is, I know you're not supposed to do it, but I bring a backpack and then I put it up in the upper top bin, even though they're like, that's for suitcases. I don't know.
That's my carry-on always goes there.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, that's I don't know. They're like wait till there's room. As soon as I get there, I put it in. But then I can like basically put my feet like up into the almost under the person's chair, and I like just barely fit. If I'm sitting like perfect posture, straight up, it just fucking sucks because I have like a knee problem. So I just will literally have to when I book flights, I have to get an aisle seat on the right side of the plane so that I can stick my knee straight. And I didn't get that the last time, and I told the guy next to me that like. I had tore my ACL like a week or two ago, and I needed to get it straight. And he was like, "Oh yeah, sure." Like I'm just telling lies and shit just to get over.
You got to do that. You got to play the game in order to get those airplane seats. Somebody did that with me. I was like sitting like the first row on a Spirit flight, like before first class.
Yeah.
And so it's just like it's a comfortable window seat. And then guys is like, hey, my wife is in there, and could you take the instruction seat that you had what's the door seat that you have?
Oh, the emergency exit seat.
Yeah, he was like, could you take that?
That one's kind of fire though. You get the long ass leg room.
Nah, not with that one. That was,
I guess it's Spirit. Yeah,
Spirit.
you're right. They're covering that
the
shit
chairs
up.
were like even smaller. I was like,
They're
fuck,
fold-up chairs, like at a
much.
wedding reception. Oh, fuck.
I'm like, I don't think I should be in charge of this fucking exit shit, dude.
I don't listen either, too. I know you're supposed to. I'm not listening to you. We're all dying if this plane's going down. The fucking. What, you want me to open the door so we can all fall out?
If we do crash, why would you look at me for anything, motherfucker? I'm here just like you, trying to get.
Bro,
somewhere else.
I'm a Uber Eats driver and a stand-up comedian. What am I gonna do? I'm saving no one but myself.
You chose to sit in the emergency. Yeah, it's the cheapest seat, motherfucker.
I'm putting the oxygen mask on. Like, let me live for these 5 minutes. I'm gonna tell later. Let me live for this bit later. Like,
it's gonna be a fire bit. Let me just get past this guy.
I'm gonna kill in hell if I go out, dude. Write this down. Put it in my pocket. Ah, man. Well, this is a topic that we've never done before, but I wrote it specifically for you. What are your 3 least favorite things about white people?
My 3 least favorite things about white people.
You know, I know you're gonna pretend to think for a second, but I know you have a memorized like Hammurabi's code or something.
Off the top of my head, I wish white people would go back to making good music.
Good. Okay.
What's
good white people music?
Anything but hip hop.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah.
Like back to the 80s, dude. Like there was like this section of music made by white people was like, this is really like Hall & Oates.
Yeah.
Some of the greatest shit ever.
Or there's those like or there's those artists you're like, oh, there's a black guy, and then you're like, this is a white dude that sings this shit. Yeah.
I don't know if you ever heard "What You Won't Do for Love" by Bobby Caldwell.
Yes.
Like for years, black people thought, oh, this is a black dude, and then finally they saw the music video, like, what the fuck? So the stage, he wrote that song after a summer he spent in Atlanta.
Yeah.
After he got some black pussy for the first time, I was like, dog, this is
changed
amazing.
his life.
Listen to that song, you hear those fucking horns. You don't tell me he didn't get some good black love that summer, dog.
That's awesome.
What else? I don't know, man. It's little things.
Yeah.
Little things that happen, like just
too many of them.
Yeah, like you just they're all just start going.
How much time do we have?
I don't know, man. Like I was out one time after a show, and this guy saw our set. Me and Jordan McDonald. He saw our sets, and afterwards he came up to us and was like, every question he've ever had for a black person, he decided to ask us in that moment.
Hey man, what's a dashiki? Like was
to the point it was just like I don't know what to tell you, man. I don't know what you want from me. I can't open up my mind and let you know the experience, bro.
Damn.
Just sit back and chill.
That's an aggressive move.
Yeah, I don't feel like answering all the questions from black people today, sir.
He's like, I always heard you got to talk to people about what they like. Fucking. That is awkward. That gives me secondhand embarrassment when I see white people do that because I'm a very pale dude and I attract other pale men who like to hang out with me and I make them feel safe. And this is a fellow brother and it's not a brother, it's a brother, hard brother. And but yeah, dude, I've had that happen. I don't know if I've told you this story, but I was hosting the Hilton open mic, and at the end of it, this like group of like 20 people kind of showed up, and so I just did a set for them at the end. They were cool. They were like, "Hey, you should come drink with us." You know, just like a big. They're all from Utah, like Mormons, but Mormons that drank.
Goddamn
you know,
Mormons,
like naughty Mormons.
And
And so
Mormons.
and so we start walking, and I'm walking with because the girls are like, it's like a huge group. So like the older people leave. The younger girls take an Uber to Rainey, and the guys, we walk. You know, it's like a 15-minute walk, and so I'm like, whatever. I'm walking with these dudes, we're chatting, and we pass another group of girls. They're attractive women, you know, and immediately the front white dude goes, "Ladies, high five." And I was like, what are you do? Yeah, exactly. Ugh. And they're like, one girl was like, ugh. And then he's like, what? You're too good for a high five? And the girl's like, I'll high five you. You know, like the little slut of the group. And she's like, I'll give you a high five. I probably can't say that.
Hey, it's probably the truth.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
You can just tell, yeah. You can just tell that she, liked to be a little cum dumpster on the weekends.
All the other girls in that group had the exact right reaction, and then she had the one that all of them looked at her like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah. They shit on her too as soon as they passed. So that happened, and I was like, in my head, I was just like, all right. And like none of his other two friends said anything, so I was like, all right, well, I'm not about to just like clown on this brand new person.
Yeah.
They might not like that. But then we get a little bit farther down, and we pass, like, I don't know if it was like a black bar, but there was only black people out in front of it. And, oh, God, dude. We're walking, and I'm going to move the mic away so I'm not too loud, because he goes, like, he's walking, and he just goes, oh, my brother, like, in that voice. And like, the guy's dressed kind of nice. He has on, like, Jordan's nice shoes, and he's like, look at this man's trip. The confidence on this man. I praise you. Yeah, and like the black dude that he's doing it to is like, kind of he's laughing at him, like kind of just letting it happen. And the other dudes behind him looked at me with like, it was like an office moment. We just looked at each other and we were just like,
yeah.
And I was just like, I looked at them, I was like, oh, sorry. And they were just like, fucking. And then immediately, like, we got to the bar. He bought me a shot. He turned around, and I just left the bar and went home. I was like, I'm done with these people. I can't.
Hang with these dudes, yeah.
No, yeah. It was just so cringe of a moment. Because I was just like, why are you talking like this? What is happening? I
don't know, dude. It's weird. Like, you see these people that, like, their personalities are like TV characters.
Yeah.
they're just their favorite person from TV. And it's like, what are you doing? Why are you doing this right now?
It's very weird. Is
this what you think black people want from you? Oh, we want money. Take out your wallet. Take out your wallet. Give us what you have, and then we're good. Then I'll take the king and all that drip shit. Leave me alone.
That is, it is weird. You watch it. It's exactly like a cartoon character because they just morph into it, and then it was like, he goes from my brother, and then we get past, and he's just like, yeah, so like we're going to the bar on Rainy Street, and you're like, what just fucking happened to you?
It's hilarious. It's like Confucius Jones used to do those mics at Spinners.
Spinners, yeah.
Predominantly, black, but it's like mostly black people there, right?
Yeah.
Black-owned bar.
I said because he spelled, not because he said black people. That's bad timing. If you went mostly black, I went, oh. Sorry, everyone listening.
No, but he used to do those mics, and I used to laugh my ass off when I see white comics go up, and there was a DJ, and they get up there and start dancing in front of black people, and their set never before, but until they saw black people, they were like, "Oh, I got to do my black people set now."
Yeah.
It's like,
I've been saving
dust
this.
off the
I've
old.
been saving this. You're like, for when, bro?
Dust off the old black jokes.
Yeah. I did Spinners a couple times. Never did great, but I never was like I never was like I would never went up there and fucking turned into a different character.
Dude.
I wouldn't
turn into a different character. Like I called it tap dancing in front of black people. They just played.
I went up there with my baseball jokes and ate shit, bro. Like it was just I was working on stuff.
But at least you were you. You weren't like trying to conform to what you thought they wanted.
Yeah, no, and it's fun because I've learned because like I went up and I got to headline my first show in Dallas, and it was an all black room. Like I was literally the only white person in the bar, and so I went up there and I like addressed that right away. And I was, I told them like, wouldn't it be weird if I came up and I was just like, "What's up, my players and pimps? How y'all hanging?" And like that, they were like, "Oh, this guy's cool." Like we addressed the weird part, and then it was fun because we could just like make fun of how white I was, or like make fun of that I didn't get black culture things, and like because it was a bar show, so there's a lot of like crowd interaction and shit. But it's like if you just go up there and are like, yeah, dude, like this is who I am. That's all people want. Exactly. You don't have to like. Because it'd be the same if you went up on stage all of a sudden and were just like, man, the 401k's been dipping. I'd be like, what's wrong with you, Daniel?
What are you talking about?
You have a 401k, dog?
I actually do.
That's what's up, bro. I don't have one. You're doing better than me, dude.
That's hilarious.
Erica, can you pull up the elephant article? Have you? There's like
these videos about these elephants.
yeah, them beating up the lady's family.
Oh man, I've been seeing this all over
Oh,
Twitter.
bro. Okay, so if so basically this elephant, this lady was like helped poach. She distracted the elephant, scared it, and then poachers took the baby elephant away.
Shit, I didn't even know this part.
Yeah, so like, cause I just saw the Destroyed Her Home, and I read this like long article inside of it, and so basically, this lady did that. And elephants are smart, bro. Like, elephants are really, really smart. So, the elephant, can track. I mean, again, I'm just making this up, but I assume elephants can track kind of sense. They got a long nose, science, So, they found her house, killed the lady, destroyed her house, and then came back hours later when they were having her funeral and destroyed the casket and trampled her body.
Fucking vicious.
That's
dude.
so cool, dude.
Savage.
That's so cool, bro.
I mean, I didn't know the part about her being a part with the poachers, so kind of deserved it.
Yeah, you thought the elephant was just like, fuck this bitch.
Yeah, it's just like, yo, I'm going my fucking turned into Taken. Liam Neeson
I will find you and I will kill you. Oh shit!
It's hilarious, dude. And like all you're seeing now is just pictures of like people putting up their experiences with elephants fucking them up. Like there's like a video of these people in like some safari eating at like I guess some safari restaurant. They're at a table, and all you see an elephant just walk up, look around, and they just start running towards them and knock all that shit off the floor. What the fuck are y'all doing here? Get out of
hella mischievous.
This is our shit, yo.
I saw a great, because I guess now, the algorithm figured out that I like elephants, so I've been getting elephant videos, and I got one this morning of, like, it was a lady, she's on all fours, like, playing with a baby elephant, and the elephant starts, like, jumping on top of her, and it's, like, there's, like, the mom and then the sister, and you can see the elephant run over and, like, pick her up off it and, like, slap her, like, what are you doing? You're fucking embarrassing me, bro. Know how to behave. Act your age. Like, it was...
Yeah, dude, I've seen that.
They're fucking great, dude.
Speaking of algorithms, I got to figure out how to reset my Instagram algorithm.
What's your Instagram
algorithm?
It's
just movie trailers,
that's
fat asses,
and big booty bitches, movie trailers.
That's it. It's all it is. And it's mostly fat asses. And I'm like, I was scrolling earlier today and I was like, gee, what if it was like 3 hours later. I was like, what? I got to figure this out. How do we switch this? I got to put some sports in.
Yeah, dude. You got to just start like searching and like you got to just pick up your phone and be like fucking sports highlights, cooking videos.
Just say random shit out loud just so it picks it up. Oh, this is what he likes.
Yeah, it's funny because I like my algorithm. Mine is like nature videos, cooking videos, and dog videos.
And that's very nice. And safe.
And I like that.
You can scroll through that in public.
Yeah, bro.
I cannot scroll through my Instagram Explore page in public. And it's not my fault. I swear it's not. But it's just...
You're gonna be on a date, go to open your phone. Dude, that's the worst part. The search bar is on your Explore page. So you're gonna be like, she'll be like, oh my gosh, you're really funny, you're cute, can I get your Instagram? You hand her the search bar and it's just 3 thick Latinas and like 2 trailers for Top Gun. And she's like, ugh.
Just suggested for you.
Yeah.
By who? I didn't do this. This is what I like.
Do you go to a lot of movies?
Yeah. I mean, I'm a movie. I like movies.
Okay, well then at least it's not like, I don't know, sometimes on my algorithm occasionally.
Trying to figure it out. He's like, so you do like movies, so the other thing is that far away. But you don't like fat booty girls?
Yeah. The problem though is like sometimes even my algorithm is like it'll be all those things and then in the little corner it's like, here's a big booty. Bitch. And you're like,
and you just can't. You gotta
like, damn, bro, like that pizza does look good, but so does that ass. And then you click on it and you're like, all right, whatever. Then you come back on Instagram and then your feed is just all asses again.
And sometimes the tricks you like, you'll click on a reel, that'll be like, oh, a little dancing video.
Yeah.
And then the next thing is like fat ass. It's like, oh, dude, you tricked me. You fucking got me.
Bro, same with TikTok, because like a lot of the like hornier dancing videos or stuff like that. Sometimes they'll start off where it's just like a girl and you're like, okay, what's happening? Yeah. And then it gets sexual and I'm like, I don't realize it's one of those videos, and so when I see them, I'm like, get off, because I just I don't want my algorithm to just.
I got in trouble. Me and Jordan McDonald, comedian, we host a podcast called TuneApp.
Yeah, shout out TuneApp.
Ibble, it's an app, social media app. They record everything, and we do it in their studios. And my first day on this app, it's a social media app, right? And it's nothing. It's like every other social media app.
Yeah.
Where the first thing you see is an ass. As soon as you log on, as soon as Daniel West signed up,
you're following zero people, zero followers.
First thing
It's like, we think you would like this.
Ass. So what do? I make a video.
Yeah.
There was like it was a video of an ass.
Yeah.
Then there was a video like the way the app works is there's a video and then other people comment videos.
Yeah.
So there was, after the video of the ass, there was a video of somebody commenting, mumbling something, but I knew what that mumble meant. I didn't hear what he said, but I knew what that mumble meant. And so my video was, yeah, she has a nice ass, dude. And then later on I go, man, my first video on this post shouldn't have been a video about white women's ass. That shouldn't have.
That is
I
an aggressive
recognize
way.
I made a mistake there. And
Hey, if it makes you feel any better, my first video on Ibble is just a video of my face, and it slowly zooms in, and I just I do weird thing. It zooms in on my lips, and I do weird things, and it gets really in on my crusty ass lips, and I blow it a kiss.
You know what?
So
I would prefer that because Jordan has never let me let it down ever since then. Ever since it's just been, you like white women, dog. This is all he brings up. We got video proof, and it's just like that was a moment of weakness.
Nah, bro. Jordan's gonna end up marrying a white woman. Don't let him fool you on that. His favorite band is three white women. Like he low key loves them.
Motherfucker. I called him out on that too.
Yeah.
I didn't know who they were, and then our producer pulled up a picture, and I was like, "What is that? Are you giving me hell?"
They're
and
Portland white, bro. They're really white.
He called them three white queens, and I was like, "I would never."
That's hilarious. Fuck. So this is the first time I think we've gotten to it because I wanted to. What I've been telling. I started to tell guests from now on is to bring a topic or something they would like to discuss. So what topic did you bring?
I had a few that I thought we could talk about. It depends. I don't know if you've talked about Deshaun Watson at all.
Not really.
Okay.
Not really. I don't think I have, to be honest.
Okay. All right.
What a guy.
Yeah. This is because I'm from Houston, right?
Yeah.
I was a Texans fan up until the moment they started fucking with him.
Yeah.
And because he was like a generational quarterback.
Yeah.
Like people were saying Patrick Mahomes and then Deshaun is here. He's only under him because he doesn't have the shit that Mahomes has.
Yeah, because the Texans were dog shit.
Exactly. Traded away the best receiver ever. Yeah. Lineman, they traded that shit away.
And they made their what is his name? He was your head coach and your GM. It was one of the worst moves I've ever seen. Did your owner who said you can't let the inmates run the asylum?
Oh, dude. The history of like Houston Texans organization as a whole is some racial shit going on there. But like we finally have a quarterback, a black quarterback too, and like he's in a position of like to make some really good moves. Like he basically said, I don't want to be playing here anymore, and he has in his contract kind of a no trade clause, which I don't think I've ever seen before in the NFL at all. Yeah. So he's like he has a perfect position where he can go anywhere he wants. Yeah. And I was like, I'm riding with this dude, and then 21 cases of sexual assault later. I'm like,
more
what?
Too.
The crazy part is like the first case happened after he signed his big $100 million deal or $200 million deal, whatever big deal he had happened. Or like the first, like the one that came out.
Yeah, no. So, not to like correct you. What happened was when he announced that he wanted to leave the Texans, that's when the first lawsuits came out. And that's why everyone was on his side because he had the fucking... It was the owner's lawyer was representing all of them. Yeah,
but when I meant like the case came out, I meant the date of the first.
Oh, the first.
Assault.
The
date of the first assault is like a week after he signed his $200 million contract. Yeah, I'm like, dude, why would you wait till you get your money to be Bill Cosby? Why would you?
I know.
What are you?
Here's the worst part too. Is like, at first you're like, whoa, it's the Texans owner. This is kind of weird. Yeah. Where, you're like, let it go to due process. You start to get alarmed as more numbers come out. But then some of the couple crazy things that I was like, what, bro? Is one, there's this one day in court where, dude, he got fucking played. Like, he comes up and they're like, yo, so you went to go get a massage from like blah, blah, blah. And they're like, yes. Like, do you find her attractive? And he was like, that's not relevant. Like, do you find her attractive? He's like, that's not relevant. They're like, the judge's like, answer. He's like, yes. And they're like, okay, so you went to have the massage with her and you didn't have sexual interest. He goes, it has nothing to do with that. Because he kept saying, I have a girlfriend. He's like, I don't find her attractive. I have a girlfriend. And then they were like, okay, so on that, so you have a girlfriend. That's why that. And they're like, yeah. And he goes, So on that day, why, when you were getting a massage in like Cleveland, why did you post 4 stories that showed you were in New York, lying about your location? So he was fucking, because he didn't want his girl to find out. And then 2 weeks ago, the lawyers switched up their stance from like...
that was the dumbest shit ever. When I saw that fucking statement, because I really wanted to ride with him, because I was like, he's
so
great.
good, and
like his fucking persona has never been this. This is like the first offense, and it's a wild offense. But his lawyer comes out and was just like, it's not illegal to ask for a happy ending.
Yeah, remember that, guys. It was just like, oh, he's guilty.
That is not the defense I want to have if this ever. Yo, your defense is, I don't know nothing about massages. That's the perfect defense. I don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
The craziest thing, too, is they said in 3 years, he had 66 different masseuses. That's crazy. That's absurd. Crazy. Like, I heard this in an interview with Arian Foster, old Texans running back legend, and he was like, in my like 10 or 11 year career, I had 3 masseuses ever, because you find one that you like. So like, bro, this fool is so guilty, and they're looking. The rumor is that the NFL is going to look to suspend him the whole year while they wait for him to try and get in legal trouble. Because bro.
I mean, like, and I there's not a doubt in my mind that the Texans knew about it. Like, they knew about this shit. They had to. Like, in my opinion, like, you just don't. Like, they were like. He was renting rooms or something like that for these massages or something like that.
Yeah, bro. Some of them, like, he goes through the Houston Texans payroll, I think, for some of them, too. Like, they were referred people.
I had to have one complaint, right?
Yeah.
Like, your quarterback's a little handsy. Yeah.
And he would bring his own tawel that he would always leave with, which makes me feel like that's what he brought to clean up cum. And, like, yeah, bro. He did it.
Yeah, without a doubt in my mind.
You know, dude. Yeah, it's unfortunate because here's the, if you want to find the funny silver lining in it, it is hilarious that we all kind of collectively figured out he was a rapist once he was on the Browns. Like, that's the most Brown shit possible, bro. That fits their franchise.
I know Baker Mayfield was like, you fucking idiots.
Oh, bro, if I'm Baker, I when they suspend Deshaun, I go, yeah, dude, I'm not playing.
Yeah.
Trade me and just let them fucking lose without, like, I wouldn't play for them. Fuck them, dude. Especially not only to, like, choose another quarterback. I get I'm not saying Baker has been a good quarterback and, like, doesn't deserve to be in question of his starting job, but, like, to get replaced by, like, a piece of shit like that, I'd be like, all right, bro.
Yeah.
Fuck you guys. Like, I'm not letting that shit happen.
Especially, they weren't terrible last year, were they?
No. They, I think they just missed playoffs.
I don't think a quarterback is what they needed.
Yeah, they had some they had some other problems as, like, a team, injuries and shit, too. But so,
that whole situation is just...
Well, yeah. Now they got old rapey Deshaun, dude.
Shit is insane.
Yeah, fucking A, man. What? Why, bro? Why? You have so much money. Why?
And another thing that I wanted to talk about that kind of ties in is I'm a pro wrestling fan.
Oh, hell yeah. And, Vince McMahon. Old rapey Vince, bro.
Oh, my God. So this is not shocking for wrestling fans because if you know anything about Vince, like, this is, like, he's one of those old school. Like, he's been in power since the early 80s.
Yeah, he's a grabber by the pussy guy, for sure. Yeah,
this is bound to...
He heard that shit and was like...
But the details is what are, like, hilarious. Like, I don't want to say hilarious, but the details are wild because he had this paralegal that he paid $100,000, and then once they had this sexual thing going on, he upped it to $200,000. And then this is recent as 2019. Yeah. So he was like, fuck the Me Too movement. I'm going to still do what I got to do. But he paid her $3 million to keep hush. Yeah. And, and not only that, but he also was passing her to his right-hand man on the side. And if you know anything about wrestling, John Laurinaitis, you see these 2 big, goofy white dudes. You're like, really? It's like Jerry Jones passing a cheerleader to Roger Goodell. It's like,
that's nasty, bro.
It's just...
Well, and it's funny too because now after all this has come out, all the, like, there's so many videos surfacing on Twitter of Vince McMahon doing, like, creepy shit and, like, promos with female wrestlers or just women or he's one of those Yeah, he's just, like you said, an old school guy in,
Yeah.
like, all the worst ways possible.
And as a wrestling fan, I still want to sit down and have a conversation with him just because he knows where all the bodies are buried. And it's like I gotta know, like if there was one guy, like you love football. If there was one guy who was in charge of everything in football,
Yeah,
like the
yeah.
rules,
To know if there was any
refereeing,
cheating, like any
the
scandals,
games and
yeah.
all that shit, you would be like, yo, let me sit down with this motherfucker and just have a conversation. But it's just a wild dude. Just a wild, but like he after the scandal, they had a show on Friday where they announced Mr. McMahon is going to be on TV to address the audience, and he went out there and they played his music. Everybody fucking cheered, sung his fucking theme song. He comes out to the ring and goes, "Welcome to SmackDown, everybody. Then, now, forever together, and that's our logo. See you later." And he walks off. They only did that shit to pop a rating.
No way.
They were like,
No way.
because I mean, wrestling's ratings are like kind of in the toilet from the way they were 20 years ago. So
Yeah.
anything they can do to pop a rating, let's get it. And this is, I'm in the news. Fuck it, let's get on.
That's amazing, dude. What if Vince McMahon, if this goes to trial, what if he just pleads insanity and says that all the sexual assaults were just part of the wrestling experience?
I'll tell you what, he could probably get off.
Yeah.
They could pull up 50 different headshots with chairs. They could pull up, yeah, he's got CTE.
He clearly has CTE, Your Honor. He believes he was in a wrestling match where his job was to sexually assault these women, but he didn't do it in the right state of
That's
mind.
how crazy this dude is, right? He had an actual professional wrestling match with God.
What?
He booked a
You're
tag
lying,
team match
bro.
with him and his son versus Shawn Michaels and God.
Who won?
This is the only time, like, it was so
Who
funny.
won?
It was 2006.
Don't
or
tell
something
me
like
God
that.
lost.
I don't remember who won, but like
can you
I
find out
vividly
who won?
remember the entrance where they make their entrance and then they're playing. It's a spotlight. He's like, "God, come to the ring," and put a spotlight on the ramp, and it's like slow as like churchy Catholic music. And he's like, "That's not what God wants." And then he's like, "Play some more music," and they play some disco like punk fuck. Oh my God, it's hilarious. Vince is a hilarious wild boy. Like
That is so fucking funny. Erica, can you look up who won Shawn Michaels' God versus the McMahon family? What a fucking match, bro. What is Shawn Michaels, was he Sweet Chin Music?
Yeah, that was his finisher.
Yeah, what a great
sexy boy. That was his
I liked wrestling. Like I was unfortunately one of those people that my introduction to wrestling was the video game.
Okay.
So then I started watching it on TV where they do a good job of hiding it's fake, and I was like,
Yeah.
this shit's cool. And then my dad bought me tickets to like Monday Night Raw, and we went, and like the first fight, I was like, we were in the nosebleeds, so I was like, Dad, he's not even hitting him.
Yeah,
and my dad was like, what? And I was like, he's not hitting him. He's like, son, this is fake.
Yeah.
And I was like,
what like year was it?
fuck. I wish it was like probably like. Okay, I actually can tell you, Erica. Did you ever play the video games? It was SmackDown with the Undertaker on it with the blue cover. I think that was 04 or 05 was the cover.
Was he like? Oh, okay.
It's like SmackDown versus Raw. It's an OG video game.
Was it him by himself? Or was
Yeah,
it
it's
with
him
other
by
two?
himself.
It was like
with
08 then.
Okay,
Yeah,
08.
yeah.
So I saw it in like I went to Raw by like 09, which means I was like 12 years old. So
That's too late. That's
too late.
to
Yeah.
get into it,
Yeah.
Like wrestling is something you got to get into when you're like a really young kid, and you just.
I was still
stick
in,
with
maybe
it.
I was a little older than I thought. All I know is I was in elementary school, but like older than at least second or third grade.
Were you already into other sports?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Like I was already like a football fan and
Yeah.
stuff.
Like if wrestling is the first thing you're into, like sports wise, then you'll probably stick with it. But like if it's like after football, after boxing or something like that, you'll be like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah. It's just. I don't know, and I can kind of, it's like the Disneyland thing that we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
You got to buy into it, because I don't know if you ever gone to the Taylor mic up north. They do a Wednesday mic where you get 10-minute sets. It's normally dog shit, but it's a good place to run 10, and there's always, if you get there early for signups, there's an actual crowd at the bar that sits there and watches AEW wrestling, and they yell at the TV, and like, I just started buying into it and yelling at the TV with them, and it's still a good fucking time.
Then the thing with wrestling is like there's a suspension of disbelief. Like if you do anything to fuck up the experience as a wrestler, like I want to do everything to make sure you as the audience member believes that this is a real conflict going on between
They're
us.
great performers.
The moment I do some dumb shit like we fall off a ladder and I'm up in 2 seconds, then they're going to be like, well, he just died from this ladder fall.
Yeah,
now,
yeah.
Now he's back up throwing punches. That doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
So you just do it. Make sure the people, go with you,
Who won, Erica?
So, according to Google, Vince McMahon won against God.
Oh, he beat God?
Of course he did.
God, bro.
Vince McMahon, yo, he beat God in the U.S. government.
That's awesome. And now he's about to beat this case.
No, he's not. He's
not.
His actual statement was he's stepping down from active
I saw that.
CEO duties, and he's going to accept whatever the findings find. So, he did some shit.
Yeah, that means he's taking a plea deal.
Yeah.
And that
Yeah.
means,
Yeah.
that means what, they're going to be like 5 years, and that means...
Because I want to say they found, other NDAs of shit that happened. Yeah.
How, he probably deep down, too, is just like, I'm fucking 68 or whatever. I've lived a good life,
And as a wrestling fan, I know exactly what this young paralegal looks like.
Yeah.
'Cause everybody that knows wrestling knows Vince has a type when it comes to women.
Yeah.
And she's probably a tall, blonde-haired, big boobs. That's probably what it is.
Those were all the women I saw in the weird videos, too.
Go back through history. Those are all Vince's favorites.
That's so fucking funny. All right, dude, we got to wrap the podcast up. We got to go watch this exhilarating lingerie football league game.
Hell yeah.
I want to give you a second. Plug your podcast. It was amazing. The live podcast. Do all that shit. The floor is yours. Go ahead.
Appreciate you for coming to that too, man.
Of course.
All my socials are at Sir D West. Mostly on Instagram. I post all my shows and everything. And I host a podcast with Jordan McDonald called Two Nap, Two Niggas in a Pod. It's great. Find it on Ibble, Spotify. Ibble's an app. Go download it. Just, listen to our shit.
Hell yeah, guys. Make sure you go follow them. Links are in the bio. You can check it out there. Their podcast is great. Especially that they'll probably have more live ones in the future, so you guys should come out to those if you're in the Austin, Texas area. Other than that, guys, thank you so much for listening. If you're in California, July 3rd, get tickets to the Shop comedy show on July 3rd. It'll be a great time. $15, all you can drink, open bar, and a comedy show. Going to be a great time. Other than that, thank you guys for listening. If this is your first time or your 116th time, I appreciate you. And most importantly, thank you for letting us be your last resort. See ya.
This has been a Your Last Resort production.